What's poppin', fam? Welcome to Don't Touch My Mindset, a podcast that is designed to uplift, inspire, and motivate you, and most importantly, share tools to help you protect that mindset. Is this an actual episode? Like, are we actually doing this? I think we actually doing this. What is up, family? I'm your host, JJ. Super excited to be back with you guys. It's been a really long time. And thank you for those that are listening to this right now, those that have rocked with us through the off-season. It felt like we were in the off-season for football or something. That was nuts. But I am grateful to be back. I'm excited to be back. One, I feel like I've grown a lot. I feel like I've grown from where I was to the place that I got to where I am now. And I'm really excited about season 8 because I'm not just going to be talking about mindsets, although that structure is great. You know, bringing you guys new mindsets every Wednesday, something to operate from. If this happens, do this, bob and weave. It's been amazing. And that's not going anywhere. But I want to peel the curtain back a little bit in this season. I want to show you guys more of me, who I am today, not who I was or what happened. You know, during the off season, I celebrated 9 years of sobriety. And I was like, whoa, 9 years goes by fast because I didn't think I would be able to accomplish this or reach this point in my life 9 years ago when I was sitting in that jail cell. So it's time for us to open a brand new chapter and not just open it, but live it. And so that's why I'm calling this season Living the Work, season 8. Walking in Authority, Living the Work, Integration Season. There's many different titles for it. The title for the season doesn't matter. It just matters that we're in it intentionally seeking transformation. So all I ask that you guys show up to this weekly. This is almost like a reboot, that you guys show up, take what resonates, leave the rest, and implement what resonates. Implement and do the things that stick out to you in this season. I'm coming to you from a place of leadership, fatherhood, being a husband, like so many different caveats that I'm coming to you guys in this season, from the business builder, from the sales leader, building the sales. There's so much, but we are refining it. We're refining it, and it's getting better. It's getting brighter. So I'm so excited about season 8. So I wanted to go ahead and just drop episode 1. So today we're just going to talk about what it means to be living the work as you're going through it, living the work on a day-to-day, dropping from talking about it or wanting growth or knowing what we should do, but actually getting to the point of living it. We're stepping into a new season of wholeness, alignment, and integrated growth. This is where everything that you've learned finally becomes who you are. And so it's a new year. It's 2026. 2025 is in the past. I'm excited about today. I'm excited about this new chapter, and I'm excited to start living the work with you guys. So let's dive into it. I always like to start off with a quote, and today's quote comes from Gretchen Rubin. What you do every day matters more than what you do once in a while. This is the premise of Don't Touch My Mindset. When I came across this quote, of course, I have my motivation app every single day that I check, and I get quotes from and I find inspiration from. But when I came across this quote today, it helped me think and realize that, like, season 8's about consistency, doing what matters every single day in order to be and live and do that work. It's about daily habits, aligned actions that shape who you become long term. Integration isn't a one-time decision. It's daily devotion and daily discipline. And that's why, this quote stood out to me. What you do every day matters more than what you do once in a while. And I had to reevaluate myself and say, yo, am I where I want to be? And am I doing what matters daily or only once in a while? Am I working on the business daily? Am I taking care of my body daily? Am I taking care of my mindset daily? These are the things that I got to ask myself, rather am I doing them once in a while? So a few weeks ago, I was standing in the dealership parking lot sun going down, the cold air hitting my face, and I realized how much I've been rushing in between roles. I'm getting ready for a check-in call, and it just hit me as the cold air hit my face. I was like, wow. Rushing between roles: father, partner, leader, coach, manager, creator, all of the things. And for a moment, I heard myself think, am I still me? In all of these places, am I Jay? It hit me not that I was doing too much, but that there were pieces of me showing up differently in each area. That night I sat in my car and I wrote down one word: integration. Not balance, not perfection, but integration. Being the same version of me everywhere and always, consistently. And that's what the energy of this entire season is built on. And that's, how can I be me, all of me, everywhere that I find me, in all the roles that you play, in all the roles that you do, and all of those things. So integration isn't the art of doing more or saying I'm going to do this and put it. Integration is the art of becoming one whole human being, not fragmented versions of yourself that are depending on where you are, who you're with, or who's watching you. Most people nowadays in 2026, I can confidently say, live split lives. Oneself at work, oneself at home, oneself online, oneself in private, oneself in pain, oneself in growth. Everybody craves this place of isolation, and they mask it with a fake premise of growth. And that's not it. That's fragmentation. And I promise you that if you continue to do that, that fragmentation will create exhaustion, when all we have to do is shift to a place of integration. Integration creates that peace. This season is where we're taking everything you've learned about mindset, leadership, spirituality, discipline, healing, and identity, and we're bringing it all together. We're bringing it all together for a place of integration, wholeness, and for you to walk in your authority. Now, if you've been in the community lately, you know that we're in the authority season when it comes to the 90-day personal growth challenge. And this season's all about not dipping into your growth, not talking about your growth, but even in the 90-day personal growth challenge, we're talking and living the work that we're doing so we can walk in our authority. Dope. I love it. So I'm going to give you guys a framework today. It's the Integration Triad. These are the 3 pillars to set the tone for the rest of your 2026. We're going to forget about quarter one. Whatever happened in quarter one, let's check it up to our growth and learn from the lessons that we experience. And so I'm going to give you 3 things today. And I want you to sit with this maybe after the episode or come back and re-listen to it. But these are the 3 pillars of integration for you to live the work that you've been talking about, to live the work that you've been craving, and attain the growth that is required of you. So the first one is awareness. You can't integrate what you're unaware of. What parts of you are out of alignment? What parts of you are slipping away? These are the questions that you got to answer in order to achieve that level of awareness that it takes to start living in a place of authority. Where are you still wearing different masks? Are you a different person at work than you are at home? Are you a different person in front of your partner than you are in front of your kids? Tell yourself, where am I putting on the mask? And lastly, what's costing you energy? Where is it draining you the most? For example, when I realized I was giving my best emotional regulation to the dealership and bringing the leftovers home to my family, I had to switch. I had to make a difference. I had to make a covenant with myself that no, I got to find some way to integrate the work that I'm doing at home and at work. I have to. Otherwise, I'm just giving my family half of me. If that's even part of it, maybe it's just 40% of me or 30% of me or 20%, whatever it is of you, you got to realize where you're giving your best emotional regulation to and who's getting the leftovers. Come on now. Alignment is the next part. We got, like, awareness is knowing and alignment is choosing. And alignment is choosing based upon your values, boundaries, priorities, and identity of who you are. So we have to find what aligns with us based on our values. Growth, connection, integrity. Like, those are my top 3 values. What are the actions that I have to display in order to live out those values? As I always say, your behaviors are nothing but your values on display. So how you behave, what you do is simply the things that you value. And maybe they may not match up to the things that you're saying, but they're the things that you're doing. And what you do matters more than what you do once in a while. That's not quite the quote from today, but I'm saying you become what you do repeatedly. So this is where you begin showing up as one version of yourself. When you can start operating and choosing alignment, operating from a place of alignment in accordance with your values, boundaries, priorities, and identity. And if you don't know what those are, maybe we need to spend some time on those topics to get a real clear picture of what it is that you value, where it is your boundaries are met, where it is your boundaries aren't met. What are your boundaries? Your priorities. Am I task-oriented? Am I people-oriented? Where am I placing my priorities in the list of things I have to do for me and things I have to do for others, right? And then your identity. Is all of this encompassing who you want to be? You got to ask yourself that. And lastly, framework is checking the embodiment. This is the bridge. This is the solid ground of being. Embodiment is daily action, it's habits, it's rhythm, it's living what you say you believe. And this season is the shift from I know what I should do or I know what to do to a place of this is who I am. And that's walking in your authority. That's full integration. And so I'm going to give you guys some practical application so you can take this with you as you move forward. Here's what integration looks like in real life. You respond the same way to stress at work, at home, and at home. It's the same. There may be a little fluctuation in level of tiredness, but you respond the same way to stress. Your values show up in your finances and your friendships, right? You can't have values in one thing here and value something else differently when you get around certain people. Your values show up the same. Your spiritual life is part of your leadership and your parenting. And this is just what it looked like for me, right? I had to tell myself this because I had to come to a place where I didn't put out a podcast for a while, but that wasn't because I didn't feel like it. It was because I had to make sure that I was in alignment, that I am who I say I am, that I'm in a stage of where I can show up as a leader, where I can show up as a coach, a mentor, a friend, right? And so my spiritual life had to become a part of my leadership and my parenting and my relationships. Your purpose shapes your schedule. And so I'm no longer scheduling things around other people or things I feel like other people want me to do. My schedule reflects my purpose and what I do. Hence why we make time to make a podcast today. Your healing shapes your decisions. And now that we went through the pain, now we went through the trauma, now that we went through the hard part, our healing is going to shape our decisions for the future. And now I can move at a place where I've learned from those lessons and I know what's right for me. Integration is wholeness, and wholeness is peace, right? What I want you guys to focus on for the next week, as we're going to be back with a new episode, a new mindset next week, is take 10 minutes to answer 3 questions. Am I living life fragmented? What value am I compromising? And what version of me do I want to embody in 2026? Put this somewhere where you can see it all week. You don't got to journal it, but just take 10 minutes, reflect on it, answer it. Just think about it. Where am I living fragmented? What values am I compromising? And what version of me do I want to embody for the rest of 2026? Season 8 isn't about motivation. It's about identity. It's about choosing you every single day. And this year is the year that you become fully integrated and walking in your authority. I'm excited about this season. I'm excited about season 8. I'm excited to be back with you guys. Thank you. If this episode has blessed you in any type of way, please rate, review, share with a friend. We're making a comeback. Here it is. I want to leave you guys with some announcement. Open enrollment for the 90-day personal growth challenge. Quarter 2 of 2026 is March. We're in March now. March 24th and March 29th. It's a 2-part series. You can show up to either one, show up to both for best results. Then we have our kickoff call on March 31st. And then we got day 1 starting April 1st. April 1st is quarter 2. So think about the past quarter and think about, what have I done for myself? Where have I put myself personally? If you're not in the community, please join the community on school. Thank you guys that are showing up. Thank you guys that are showing up to the Tuesday check-in calls. Thank you to the action takers that are showing up to the Sunday calls, the mentorship calls. Like, you guys are, one, not only changing your life, but changing the lives of those around you. All right. So thank you for diving into this community, supporting this community. Share with a friend. We love you. Thank you guys so much for rocking with me. Yeah, I think that's it. Stay focused, stay inspired, stay connected, and please, 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 don't let anyone touch your mindset.